All right, hello and welcome everyone to, oh my gosh, the last video that I'm going to make for the soundtrack class. And pretty much I want to get you guys prepared and ready for your final paper and your final week of courses. So we have one more week of discussion board and weekly lessons. And so week 14, you are going to find that we are going to be basically discussing the topic, the main topic is are Netflix shows the most important media. So our Netflix shows the most important media. So basically, the idea is placing Netflix in the context of the intersection of a creative art form, period of time and location, defining the difference and similarities between TV series and streaming series, and discuss what is meant by ethos of a streaming series. So in terms of readings, you have the Netflix Effect, Chapter 11 by Lindsay, Questioning Netflix Revolutionary Impact. And then we also have Stuart Hall's Encoding, Decoding article that I have for you. It is a PDF. And then in terms of videos and media, you have the Are Netflix the most important media? Oops, sorry. I clicked on the video and it came up on my computer. The comments and responses of this, and then how technology is changing TV narratives. So we've got a couple of videos for this. This week is important because this will aid you in working on your final paper. Your final paper is your research paper 3, Netflix Originals as a Model Media. And for this, the overview of the assignment, 5 to 7 pages that address the following assignment. Based on the binge watching experience on which you streamed a Netflix original series. So basically, the paper number 2 that you did, and then also this upcoming one, will it stand as a record of culture? As based on the definition presented in the assigned video, our Netflix series are most important media. To answer this question, address the following: introduction with a thesis statement, provide a short overview of your chosen show, what episodes you binged, where you streamed and why, and include dates. How was this particular show encoded as a streaming series? Review production related articles that might be in Google Scholar, or assigned readings. What are the themes, story style, visual style in the show, and distribution of that support your argument as a model media? And how is this show decoded? You'll want to speak to your experience. Oh, hi, Milo. And the show's popularity. So was there a season renewal? Is there social media? Are there articles that clearly indicate why this show is a a record of our culture, an example of model media, and then a conclusion. Some of these points and some of the readings that you might want to go back and use or refer to. Jenner is TVIV on Netflix, TV3, it's TV4, and TV3 and binge watching, Stuart Hall's Encoding, Decoding, Webster and Kiziak's The Dynamics of Audience Fragmentation, the videos that we are watching in 14, and maybe some of the week 1 readings might be useful. So the idea is that you can use the show that you binge watch, if it was a Netflix original, the show that you binge watched in paper number 2, or if there is a new show that you binge watch, you can use that for your final paper. Don't forget that you do have the research paper PDF to use as your guide of what you need to address. And it does cover these questions about thesis, short overview, how is it encoded, the use of related materials to support your argument, what is the style, and how is it considered a model media, etc., etc. So these are all outlined in the PDF, but it is pretty much outlined in the assignment. So I want to make sure that you address that. The research paper is due the last day that you can turn in work, which is Sunday, May 8th. Okay? So as you're working on our final regular week of classes, week 14, much of what we're talking about is going to inform your final paper. Okay? So don't slough off week 14. Make sure that you understand that. There will be a final discussion board. You've got 2 questions. The discussion board questions are going to be based on these week 14 readings and discussion. So things like, how is Netflix how are stream media as Netflix represented different from regular TV series? Be specific. And then, what is the relationship between creative form, a period of time, and a location from which Netflix original series have emerged? So the idea is looking at Netflix original series versus what we can consider traditional television. So these are the things that you're going to be looking at. So 1 more week of DQ, so that's due a week from today. Or gosh, now I have to look it up. Oh gosh, is that May 1st? I think it's due for May 1st. In terms of dates and everything. So you have that due on, I want to make sure. So yes, your last DQs are due on May 1st. Final paper is due on May 8th. So I would start on week 14 as soon as you can, and then get started on your final paper and kind of, work on that simultaneously if you can. Late work. Some of you do not have everything in. The absolute last date I will accept anything is by the end of day on Sunday, the 8th. I encourage you to turn in things early so that you can get those things done. At the time of the posting of this video, all of your paper number 2s have been graded. So you should be good to go on that. Questions, email me as soon as you can. Set up an appointment to talk to me during my office hours, whether it's virtual or whether it's in person. My Wednesday office hours, for the most part, I am on campus, even though they're set for virtual. So if you want to set up a time to meet, talk to me. If there's some time outside of the office hours, email me ASAP and maybe I can arrange this. But this is our final regular week of class, and I want to make sure that you are in the best possible situation. So week 14, final paper number 3. So week 14, don't forget, DQs due 1 week, May 1st. Final paper due very, very last day of regular classes, basically May 8th, Sunday, May 8th, by end of day. Last day to turn in anything is going to be end of day, Sunday, May 8th. So please make sure that you don't dilly-dally on working this. Week 14 informs your final paper, okay? So use the material from this. If I say Stuart Hall's Encoding Decoding, use it. If it says use the specific videos on why Netflix matters, or does it matter, use it. These are things that, again, are going to be extremely important for you. So So, watching these videos, watching, reading this material, our Netflix series, our most important media, important. So don't slough it off, okay? So again, week 14, this is the end. Preparing you for your final paper, Netflix Originals as a model media. And again, you can use the show that you binge watch in paper number 2, or if you've gone on to something else, you can write about that as well. But please make sure that you follow the instructions completely. Okay? All right. So have a good week, and looking forward to reading your final papers and your final DQs and all that fun stuff. All right. Go Netflix class! Woo!